Hi guys, JD here from Heat Kids. Now, today I'm here to talk to you about communities and what I believe is so important about communities. Hopefully you guys have got a good understanding on what a community is, but if you don't, potentially after today's little video session, you might have a better understanding, guys. Now, being a firefighter, I've been a firefighter for 17 years, guys, and before that I was a police officer for 6 years, and I don't look that old, do I? Maybe I do, but you can answer that question quietly. Okay. Now, I've chosen in my career to serve our community and protect the community. So I feel it gives me a very important understanding of what a community is, and hopefully I can share that with you guys today on this video chat. Now, I want to know, you can answer this question yourself. I won't hear you, but I want you to answer this question. What do you think a community is, guys? Can you take a moment to think about that and answer? Now, for me, guys, a community is a group of people or living things. It doesn't have to always be people or animals working together, and hopefully they're working together to have a better life. Okay, so that's a community. Now, I want you to answer this question. What's the biggest community that you can think of? Okay, and I'll give you a hint. It's a big round globe, okay, and it's got lots of countries in it. Well done. The Earth, guys, or our world, okay? This is the biggest community I can think of. There might be other communities out there that we don't know about, okay, but this is the biggest community I can think of. And the world, it's quite appropriate to talk about the world at the moment because we're going through the coronavirus, and hopefully our world can communicate really well together and work together as the biggest community we know to overcome this virus. So that's a really good example of a big community, guys, is our world. Okay, now I want you to think about what's the smallest community you can think of. Now, you might live in this community. It's your home, okay? That's what I believe is the smallest community that we live in, okay? It's our home. And it's a really important community, guys, where we all need to love each other and care for each other. And it's a really good example of how every community can be better by caring for each other. To be a good firefighter, guys, I've got to care for people. I've got to care for animals because we save animals as well as people. And without caring, communities will suffer and not be as good as they can be. Now, I want you guys to understand that you can make every community that you live in better. And you might think, how can I possibly make a community better? But I want to share with you how you can do that. By going to school, when you go to school, or whenever you come home, or whenever you go to your sporting team, that you go there with a positive mindset and that you go there caring about people. Okay, and that makes all communities better. When you go to your classroom and you're kind and you're considerate and you communicate well with other people, doesn't mean you don't argue with people, okay, or you don't have a difference of opinion. That's okay. But if you can try and understand that someone's got a different opinion, then that makes a better school or classroom community. Now, within your school, there's lots of classrooms, okay? They're all little communities. And then your school is a bigger community, and then the town that your school's in is a bigger community again, okay? So I want you to understand that communities can be tiny and they can be huge. Now, can you guys tell me what a community, an animal community might be? Have a think about it and you can yell out the answer. For me, I think of an ant community where there's a queen and there's a worker, the worker ants, and without the workers doing their job, the queen would suffer. Okay, so I want you to understand that there's lots of different jobs in a community. I'm a firefighter. Without doctors, without truck drivers, without teachers, okay, then our community would not work. So every single role within a community, as small as it might feel, is a huge part of being a community, guys. And you guys as students, you're going to grow up to perform really important roles within our community. And you already do now, just by being yourself and being kind to people and communicating well, okay? And that might be going to the cafe and saying please and thank you, okay? That's as simple as it can be in forming a really nice community, because you make that person feel better straight away by having great manners. Now, within a community, guys, sometimes communities don't work well, and that's usually because people aren't caring or thinking about each other. So I want you guys to think about that, okay? Now, within the fire brigade, I can give you my example of a community within the fire brigade. We have the whole fire brigade, and then we have fire stations within the fire brigade. And then we also have fire trucks within the fire station. So they're all little communities, guys. And if my truck doesn't do its job well, then the fire station can't do its job well. If my fire station doesn't do its job well and look after each other and care for each other, then the fire brigade isn't as good as it can be. So the last thing I'd like to say is that we all make a difference to our community, guys. You do, I do, your teachers do, your parents do, your grandparents, your families, your brothers, your sisters, everybody that breathes, okay? Every animal on this earth, we all make a difference to our community. And it's up to you whether you choose to make a positive difference or a negative difference. I choose to make a positive difference as a firefighter, and I hope you guys do too. So bye for now from JD, okay? Have a great day, stay safe, and I hope you have a better understanding on what community is.